Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Giant Man, issue number 3 of 3, War of the Realms tie-in. One of those books created for the War of the Realms event. Still in a lot of pain. Sorry, guys. I was surprised to see Moonstone in this. That was fun, I guess. There was like no introduction to her. They even called her Carla before they even acknowledged that she was Moonstone. Um, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. This is just a weird book, man. None of this stuff really made a whole lot of any kind of sense. Let's talk about who made the book, and then we'll get into the book. Part 3 of 3, and some little ladies. This is written by Leah Williams, drawn by Marco Castiello, colors by Rachel Rosenberg, VC's Joe Sabino on letters, and Wu Chiol on covers. This special thanks to Rafael Forte and Kuno Vincenzo. All right, I did what I could. So you got 4 different giant man type characters in here. A lot of guys will realize that I made a mistake in issue number 6 of the Champions. I thought that version of Power Man, Giant Man, I called him Giant Man. I thought it was, I couldn't remember the name. Again, I'm still in pain, guys. And I was like, yeah, one of them is in this book, and there's no sense of continuity because, Danny Moonstar is in an X-Men book, and she's in, the whatever, the other world, the Age of X-Men book, and there's like another character doing that too, and there's a lot of not so good continuity going on, and now you got this also. Oops, I was wrong. That's an entirely different Power Man who's in that book. My bad. It's bad when freaking Jim Zub himself comes onto your YouTube and it's like, hey, jackass. It's not actually how he did it, but that was funny. I can admit when I'm wrong, and yeah, I was wrong. So, in this book, there was like one funny part where somebody's throwing 2 of the other giant men. I think it's only 2 of them, but when they're in their Ant-Man shrunken down form, the giants are, the ice giants are like, hey, do you hear that noise? And we see, one of them's yelling, ah! Dude, are you serious? You could freaking scream, moron. Maybe they should have given you a paper airplane, and just guided in. Anyway, they break into Ymir's stronghold. It turns out that Ymir is actually a prisoner here more than anything else, and they feel bad about this. Well, first off, it's a very stupid god, but it is a god itself. This is a god that, like your average, it's got about the intelligence of a 4-year-old. Ymir. It is not very intelligent. It's barely sentient. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Surtur. Surtur is ridiculously smart, can lead armies, blah blah blah, whatever. Ymir is just a dumbass, but he's gigantic, super gigantic, and yeah, he can actually fight Surtur if he needs to. We've seen it done before, but here they feel bad for him because he's a prisoner. And it's like, come on, man, your job is to kill him. I thought we were actually going to get something cool happening. Nope, that's not what happens. We do get something really cool in the form of Stature making something of a return. She's still Stinger. She's still got the uniform on, but yeah, she appears and grows first, which is cool. Moonstone being in this was a nice surprise. I didn't expect it, but they show her first, and then like nobody pays attention to it, and then they call her by her first name. They call her Carla at first. It's like, Carla, how do they know who this person is? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's why, because like she's not in costume or anything. And it's just weird, man. The whole thing is weird. The way she's beaten is weird. The way that the book ends is weird. The way that they address each of the 4 major, or actually the 5 at this point, major giant men type characters, it's really weird. The idea that it's called Giant Man instead of Giant Men or Giant People is weird. Everything's weird about this book, and I'm just not a fan. Make no mistake, though, the concept was pure genius. The concept was amazing. But the book itself, the delivery was not immersive. It didn't get me believing in the mission. It didn't get me believing in the individuals who were assigned this mission. It didn't get me believing in anything about this. And in the end, this book realistically didn't mean anything. Why were these women covered up to look like they were in burqas? Why exactly? None of that made sense. The story, the Moonstar was made to be Moonstone was made to be a very over the top character. She's usually not written this way, and everybody's got their own way of doing things. But like she was just written so. When you read her, you can't help but to read her in this issue as somebody she's like method acting. She's acting from the stage. To make sure that her voice can be heard way in the back. It's like a James T. Kirk, whatever, William Shatner type acting. It's really weird. I don't know, man. I wasn't a fan of this. The mission ultimately ended up like they failed in their mission, didn't they? They have to settle with having succeeded with something else. Anyway, guys, I need more icy hot, so I'll talk to you later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.